Hi, folks, and welcome to what is a pivotal stretch here in our Boston Red Sox MLB The Show 25 franchise here on the Tisbury 33 Games channel. If you did not get the end of last episode, you should probably go see the end of last episode. But we have a hell of a gauntlet towards the end. Atlanta, 20 games over 500. The Mariners, same thing. Texas, basically the same thing. Royals, a little bit ahead of us in the standings. Pittsburgh, they're good. Yankees are good. Baltimore, crazy good. Phillies, they're talented. 500, but talented. Minnesota, 9 games up. We got Texas again. Tampa Bay is our one team so far. And the one team we'll face, him and Toronto. Those are the two teams that have a sub 500 record, at least right now. Other than Phillies, I guess, 1 game under. We take a look at the standings. Right now, we are 6.5 games back of the American League East. Not out of reach, but we need to go on a real good hot streak to get there. This is what we're looking for. A game out of the wild card. Now we have Cincinnati, the Yankees, the Rangers ahead of us, Tigers, Astros, Guardians behind us. I don't think we play the Astros or the Tigers anymore. So we will not be able to they won't be able to make up ground on us immediately. But we do play Kansas City. We do play the Yankees. We are playing Texas, all right here in the next 5 series. We play each of those teams at least once. Then we have Kansas City again on the road and Texas again on the road. Cleveland behind us. And then, again, this is our last time we're facing the Yankees here on August 18th and 19th. Checking around, what do these other teams have? Well, the Yankees, we're right behind them. Rockies, ass. Houston, okay, they're good. They're around where we are. Athletics, not that great. Angels, ass. Padres, not that good. Pirates, good. White Sox, ass. Phillies, ass. So they have an easy August. And they have the White Sox and A's again. Minnesota, who's good. St. Louis, not that great. Tampa Bay, Toronto, and Tampa Bay. So they have really like 3/4 competitive series. So that's a big break to have to go and face. Kansas City, they have us. Detroit, Cleveland, multiple times. The Angels still, they're bad. The Twins, the Dodgers, they still have to play. Chicago again, us down here. Oh, no, that's the Twins, excuse me. They play San Francisco, who's good. Us again, Seattle, and the Mets, who are pretty good to finish things up. So they have a little bit tougher than us. And then I believe Texas is the other team that we're facing. In this month, they have Atlanta right after we're done with them. And then they face off against us. They're facing Baltimore right now. And so they have a nice little 2-week stretch here. But then they have Cleveland, Toronto, Cleveland again, or Toronto, Cleveland, Toronto. Arizona's not that great. Houston's hit or miss. They have us again. Seattle's pretty good. Washington's not that great. Seattle again. Athletics. So we clearly have the worst time in baseball coming up. We're going to have to win. We're going to have to win often. That's why I went out and made those trades for Sandy Alcantara and Brendan Donovan. I believe in this team. I believe we can do it. I think we have the pieces in play. Now let's see where it takes us. We're going to be jumping into a lot of these games. Maybe one-off games here, one-off games there. We'll probably be playing a game here against Seattle. I probably want to get this game against Texas, at least do a Crochet player lock to find out, him against Gallen. That's a really fun storyline to see, but we'll be jumping into a majority of these series, a decent amount of these games, a lot of moments probably. We'll probably have 2 full games that we're watching, but we'll see you in Seattle. Sandy Alcantara and Bryce Miller up next. And here we are in Seattle. We're getting our first taste of Sandy Alcantara since we made that big trade, one of our 2 big trades, and we're hoping to pay off. Just 2 games over 500, taking on a very, very, very good Seattle Mariners team. And not only do we have one of our best pitchers, they have one of their best pitchers, a slew of incredible pitchers in Seattle. We got Sandy Alcantara, a guy that we just traded for, and they got Bryce Miller, a guy that they have drafted, developed, done so much with. 10-5 for him, 9-6 for Sandy. ERAs are comparable. Miller, not a big strikeout guy, but he's also not going to walk you a bit. Sandy's not really a huge strikeout guy either, but is around that 8 Ks per 9, mostly because of how deep he goes into starts. Let's see who comes out on top here. Like I said, it was kind of a risk jumping in where we were, jumping in the way we did in the trade deadline, and we really want this stuff to pay off, obviously. But this is a really good team, and we really need a really good showing. Jarren Duran on the third pitch of the day is going to put this one into left field, split the gap, and with his speed, that is a double, no questions asked. And we get off to a nice little start here in the first gameplay of the episode. Can we drive him in? Tristan Casas says, yeah, sure, why not? Duran got all the way to third eventually. Devers and Bregman couldn't get the job done, but Casas the other way. And he always likes playing against Seattle. We did some stuff in Season 1 with him when how in real life this past offseason, Tristan Casas got traded to Seattle like 6 different times. And he remembers that, he knows that, so he likes to go and play well against Seattle when he can. Connor Wong does miss on this pitch, pop it up in the infield, and that would do it. So 1 run scores. Tristan Casas does the honors after Jarren Duran double. And we are up 1-0 before the Mariners even have a chance to respond. And again, they are going after Santi Alcantara today with the Marlins. Most of these stats are with 9-6 record, 118 strikeouts, and 131 innings. The 2022 Cy Young Award winner. And he has Kyle Tucker down middle of the count 2-2, and then gets him on a nasty sinker well outside the zone and strikes out King Tuck. So a clean inning for Sandy Alcantara. First battle between him and Miller. He wins that one. A perfect first inning. Top 2, Roman Anthony goes down on the splitter, and that is a filthy pitch from Bryce Miller. That splitter just dies, and he gets Roman Anthony swinging. Christian Campbell, number 2 of the big 3. He goes down on the slider. That is back-to-back Ks of 2 of our former top prospects. And let's make it the trifecta, I guess. Marcelo Meyer can't handle the splitter, and our 3 promising young bats go down in order there after the leadoff man gets on via the hit. Bottom of the second, Cal Raleigh, big dumper. I've seen him in real life hit back-to-back tanks and from each side of the plate in that 12-1 thrashing the Red Sox a couple of years ago. So he starts his day off with a single. Good for the big dumper. In real life, got himself a bag. And then that motherfucking name, Randy. Yeah, he's watching strike 3 go on by. And Sandy, he is settling in through his first 7 batters faced. Only 1 has reached. And Alcantara picking up a couple of strikeouts on a couple of formidable hitters as well. It's also wild how the offense of Seattle is just not as good as it is with all the players they have. Rafael Devers goes down on a splitter, another strikeout, something that haunts our team, the 4th strikeout of the day for Bryce Miller, a guy who was only averaging like 5 Ks per 9, something like that we showed in the graphic. Tristan Casas, he strolls in hitting .270, and he can add to that average. Fastball down the pipe and gone. Tristan Casas, 371 feet, and extends our lead to 3. 3-0 Red Sox as Casas gets the best of Bryce Miller. 97 off the bat. And just put it middle, missed on the location. And that one into the stands. Brandon Donovan, he comes up a little bit later in the top of the 3rd. 286, 1 for 1 on the day. And he watches a fastball dotted in the corner. Can't pull the trigger on it. And he is down looking. So we do add a few with the Casas home run, already up to 6 hits through 3 innings, and we are seeing Bryce Miller pretty well. Luke Raley, this is going to be a pop. You see that late reaction by Marcelo Meyer, and diving is Christian Campbell in left field, and look at that. Lucky for us, rather I should say, no one got hurt on that play. Julio Rodriguez, can I help you, sir? Nope, just looking. I also called him Julio Rodriguez. He goes down looking, and then Randy Arozarena in the left field. Christian Campbell playing out there again, not really having the best of seasons. We are really relying heavily on Brent Donovan, so that was kind of the best spot for Christian Campbell to be in. Alex Bregman up the middle, past the diving second baseman. I believe that's Ryan Bliss to in the top of the 5th inning, and I think that is going to do it for Bryce Miller. Seattle's going to come out and take out their starter, and Miller only got through like 4 1/3 innings, gave up a few runs, had a couple strikeouts, but really wasn't sharp today, and that's going to bring in Rockies legend Gabe Spire. Again, our closer in our championship winning 2028 season. For those who are big Rockies fans from the previous franchise we did on this channel. And first pitch to Devers. Devers claps it right field. Going back is Tucker, and he cannot make the play. Runner on first base had to hold up. I believe that's Bregman. Yeah, it is Bregman. We just saw him get a hit, dumbass. So Bregman and Devers now in scoring position for Casas and company. And Devers gets his 22nd double of the season. Casas can't do anything against the lefty, but Connor Wong, real good clutch, and also hits lefties well, but just late on the sinker, pops it into right field. And Kyle Tucker got to bag this offseason. He is there to put it away. So Spire comes in. We do have 2 men in scoring position, but can't bring any of them home, and that will do it for the frame. Later on in the 5th inning, when things get a little dicey for Sandy, Roman Anthony is going to toss it over to third, and runners on the corners, no outs. How is Sandy going to get out of this one? Victor Robles, who has been leading the league in stolen bases. I think he has 99 steal ratings, so he has like 12 more bases than anyone else. Duran out there to make the putout, but we concede the run. That's fine with us. Still up by 3. We'll take it. Kyle Tucker, can he do damage? No, he cannot. 2-strike count, and then Brendan Donovan with 2 outs just scoops it up, fires over to first base, and that will do it for the inning. So 1 run scores, but nothing really too catastrophic for us. And Luke Raley, he's gotten the best of Sandy right over the head of Marcelo Meyer the first time, right over the head of Roman Anthony this time, and Raley's in there in second base. And really the first big damage hit of the day for the Mariners. And Randy Arozarena this time gets it into the corner. Christian Campbell can't track it down, and that's a double for Randy. As Randy's in there at second base, scores a run. It's 3-2. Boston still holding a slim lead. Arozarena fired up, and rightfully so. J.P. Crawford, he's up now. This has popped up, and Christian Campbell, first step is the right step, and he's able to track it down and make the play. So last couple innings, they've been getting to Sandy Alcantara. 8 hits for the Mariners, 2 runs to show for it. But Sandy's still out there, just 80 pitches in the bottom of the 7th, and that's a nasty sinker, and again gets Kyle Tucker. You saw the emotion for Sandy Alcantara there. Look at him go. Having a second ace quality pitcher in this rotation has been awesome, and adding this to a Garrett Crochet who's been in the Cy Young contention the whole time. It's been so fun to add Sandy these last couple of weeks. Mason Miller, we forget, or don't forget, that he was traded to Seattle in that July episode, and he throws gas. Brendan Donovan does not care, however. He lifts this into the outfield. Only a single for Donovan. No, he's going to try for 2, and with a better throw, maybe they get him, but offline enough for Donovan to slide in there for his 9th double of the season. You see here that the game started glitching. This isn't really the editing. This is happening during game. I had to stop the game. I finally was able to pause it, save it, and then jump back in. But we saw some glitching last game, or there was an episode where we kind of froze. So I don't know. If you're playing your franchise and that's happening to you, let me know. But that's the first time I've seen that like really big glitching. But we were able to salvage it, and going back out there for the 8th is Sandy. And he is still dealing in the 8th inning. We're also having Sandy means you're going to get length. And he is a bullpen saver. He is a workhorse. Gets another strikeout to end this inning. And in the top of the 9th inning, Gregory Santos, another Rockies legend. He's going to let up a base hit to Marcelo Meyer. Meyer will be on first base to begin the frame. Shout out Marcelo Meyer. Next up, Jarren Duran, 267, 1 for 4 today. Led off the game with a double. And he will crack another one. This one into the gap. Tucker not the fastest, so Marcelo Meyer is able to touch third by the time he picks it up. Duran not stopping at second base. He wants triples, and he gets in there safely. RBI triple is 13th of the year already, and that is an RBI as well. And now we have a 2-run cushion against the Mariners. Alex Bregman, he gets a slider hanging. That will be a double. Another run comes in to score, and we've scored 2 in this inning. Still no outs, as Gregory Santos does not have the best stuff today. And Alex Bregman picks up another double, and that will do it for Rockies legend Gregory Santos. Won a World Series with us, I believe, in 2030. I believe he was on part of the 2030 World Series team. Shout out to Rocky. Shintaro Fujinami, a guy that I'm actually super interested in, and maybe a guy that we can add to this team in the next couple of years. Connor Wong, again, with a runner on his scoring position. Hits it deep, hits it hard, but Julio Rodriguez is there to corral it. But we add a couple of runs, and do we bring Sandy back out for another inning? Do we think Alcantara can go get the complete game? We're going to try. Damn right we're going to try. Sandy Alcantara is still back out there at 99 pitches, a guy who can go over 100, and the first pitch is hit softly by Bregman at third base, and J.P. Crawford is on. What is the limit? Is it first base runner to reach? Do we pull Sandy now? Do we wait until he gives up a run? Do we wait until he gets in trouble? Well, I think we were kind of in batter-to-batter basis, and getting the double play there helped tremendously. A big double play to eliminate 2 runners in one pitch. Crawford first, and then Ibanez later. Then the 0-2 count. Victor Robles, he swings and misses, and Sandy Alcantara goes the distance, picks up a win, justifying the trade, and we creep one more game past 500, but still a long way to go this month. We do beat a very good Seattle team. We do get a great pitching performance from Sandy Alcantara, one of our now extra aces. But again, big month ahead of us, and this is how we're going to be doing it. We're going to be jumping into a bunch of series this month. The gauntlet of hell we've been kind of freeing up. And we're going to be player locking a lot of these series and getting the stories of these series. And Tristan Casas is going to be finishing up here in Seattle. We talked about how good he has been against Seattle, the personal story between him and the Mariners. So we're going to follow Tristan Casas through the rest of this series, see if we can pick up some wins and gain some distance. Against Luis Castillo, a guy that they thought was going to be the swap if you attach Masataka Yoshida to the deal, but Mariners balked at that. And 0 for 2 against Castillo. However, we do have 2 runs on the board. Later on in the 4th inning, Casas making a nice defensive play to save a run, basically, and keep our 2-run lead as the game is now 3-1 as we end the 4th inning. Casas back up to bat against Castillo in the 5th, 1-2 count. Castillo, the pitch on the way, and swings over the slider. I think he timed it up well, but just missed. Some swing and miss in that bat, despite how good of a hitter he is, and another out. Bases loaded, Luke Raley up. He did some damage against Sandy Alcantara, now faces Brock Burke, and he wins the lefty-lefty matchup. Soft liner into right field, and Casas, we have our first cut ball situation. He is going to get the ball. He's going to go over to third. They're going to score the run, but the runner at third will be out. So a tie ball game. However, they aren't able to add more to that, so I guess silver lining. Actually, I lied. They now take the lead. It is 4-3. I'm a big fat liar. I'm sorry about that. Costas tried to hold up, but gets caught. Hand the cookie jar. However, we do end up taking the lead. Top 9. And it is 7-4. Mason Miller. Again, I can't handle velocity, let alone the hardest thrower in all of the land. And that's a nice offer for Tristan Casas. Also, I find it hilarious. I keep doing these player locks. I suck at the game. And who else sucks at the game? Justin Slayton sucks at the game. What has been up with Justin Slayton? I don't know if this is something that we've talked about in previous episodes, something that I'm just noticing now, but we're seeing a lot of Justin Slayton not doing his job, and we'll be talking about that in the next couple episodes. Does get the ground ball finally to end the game, and we pick up game 2 in our series and officially win this series against Seattle. Again, every game, every win, incredibly important, incredibly needed, and we pick up the win against a very good Seattle squad. Brock Burke gets the win, 33rd save for Justin Slayton. Let's move into game 3. Already a 3-run lead as we head to the top of the 3rd inning, and Casas unloads on a George Kirby fastball. However, it will be tracked down in the right center field gap. Can't quite replicate the same swing he had in the 3rd inning of game 1. Almost did, though. And we head to the bottom of the 3rd. Pick things back up top 6. The Seattle Mariners have scored a couple of runs, and another splitter that gets a Red Sox batter swinging. And this time it is Casas. Back into the top of the 8th. Same situation. 3-2 ball game. And rolls over this one to second base. Casas, not really much of a factor in this series other than game 1. Had a couple of hits and drove in 3 runs. But beyond that, wasn't really best for us. We're going to show the rest of this one as 1-2-3 inning, 1-2-3 innings. Slayton single, fielder's choice, walk-off grand slam. Next up, I wanted to take a look at this matchup right here, the 1 and 2 in the Cy Young race in the American League. Garrett Crochet against Zach Gallen. Zach Gallen. We originally went after Dylan Cease, who went to Texas, and then after that deal got approved, we immediately tried to pivot to Zach Gallen to bring to our team, but he chose Texas immediately after we couldn't even really get an offer on the table. However, him and Crochet, incredible stats. Crochet, more of that punch-you-out type guy. Gallen getting a lot of work and a lot of help from his defense, a very low ERA, about the same record-wise, and not striking out as many guys, but just doing just fine. Crochet, 134 strikeouts and 121 innings. In real life, he'd probably have like close to 180 strikeouts. But again, this game does not emulate strikeout numbers in real life. And Wyatt Langford again. First batter of the day against Texas. Garrett Crochet gets a home run to Wyatt Langford. Wyatt Langford loves facing Garrett Crochet, which nobody else on planet Earth likes. But Wyatt Langford, a big sicko. Rockies legend, Wyatt Langford, by the way. As he goes over the green monster, bat flips, fine, sick, you win, I guess. Corey Seager is going to hold up on the sweeper and a walk given up by Crochet. And then Jock Peterson, for whatever reason, playing against a lefty. He swings and misses at the changeup. First strikeout of the day for Crochet. And then Josh Young is going to fist this one into the outfield and shouldn't have made contact with it. Unfortunately, picks up a hit. It's just baseball. Happens to the best of us. Crochet, a tough first inning, giving up 2 base runners and a home run. And then Josh H. Schmidt trying to go off the monster. Couldn't quite get the carry on that swing. And that will do it for the first inning. So Crochet a little dicey. Did give up 3 base runners, a hit, a home run. 2 hits, a home run, but it is what it is. Jake Berger, he swings and misses at the 4-seam fastball as Crochet with a lead now as the offense did what they had to do against Gallen. He gets the strikeout. Then he gets a strikeout on Wyatt Langford here on the sweeper, so a little revenge on the guy who took him deep earlier. Corey Seager, 0-1 count. He pushed this one, and with the shift on, this would have been an easy fly out, but it's actually going to end up as a double for the North Carolina-based shortstop. As, again, all the outfield shifted to the pull side. I get it, I understand it, and just that's baseball. But then we have Jock Peterson up to balance the scales. He can't quite get a hit off of Crochet here, and that will do it for the inning. So we're still holding on to that 2-1 lead, and Crochet looking fine. Would like to see a little more swing and miss, a little more strikeouts in his afternoon. We'll see if we can pick some of those up. And right on cue, gets a Josh Young swing and miss in the 4th inning on the sweeper. Next up is Josh H. Smith. He hits a sweeper down into the triangle. Duran makes the play. Jarren Duran out there in center field. That was a phenomenal play, and the reason why we were comfortable moving Ceddanne Rafaela down to AAA. Dolis Garcia next pitch down the third base line and picked up by Christian Campbell. Hold Garcia to just a single. Crochet trying to get out of the inning. Jonah Heim 0-2 count. You don't want to get that way to Crochet. A nasty circle change with breaking ball type break is going to do it for Heim. And we are into the fifth. Jake Berger won't strike out this time. He will put one into the gap, and he has some deceptive speed for the big boy, but that will pop over the wall. Langford, another strikeout, so a home run but 2 strikeouts. So Crochet winning the battles after the initial punch thrown by Langford. And then Corey Seager. Can I help you, sir? Nope, just looking right on the inside part of the plate. Maybe a ball, but maybe clip the zone. Now, my opinion, strikeout. That's what the umpire thought. And that's a big, big strikeout. Gives it the leadoff double. Strikes out 2 incredible hitters after that and keeps the runner stranded. In the 6th, Young, cutter, got a bloop hit the first time he swung at that. This time it's the strikeout that he wanted. The 8th K of Crochet's day. And then Josh Smith hits this ball well into left field, but not well enough. And that's probably going to be the day for Crochet. Went 6 strong innings. We'll see if he comes back out there for the 9th. Big 3 due up. He does not. And Texas ends up winning this ball game, unfortunately. They storm back. I believe we had a 3-2 lead when Crochet left. Will they show the score here? It is 5-4 with Jose Leclerc getting the loss. And the Rangers take game 1 of the series. And now we move on to a game against the Royals. Tied up 62-58 in terms of record, and this is a team that we are chasing in terms of the wild card and a really important series here. We have one more full series against them in September, and we're split this series so far. They took game 2, we took game 1, and we are following Alex Bregman against Cole Reagans in this one. Liking to get that final game of the series to A, highlight what's happened, and then see if we can get a win. Either cap off a series win, salvage a sweep or a series loss, or whatever the case may be. Bregman strikes out again here against Reagans. Can't really hold that against them. Cole Reagans is nasty. Finally jumps on a mistake pitch, but unfortunately pops it back up. And no runs for the Red Sox offense against the Kansas City Royals ace. In the top of the 9th inning, bases loaded, down by 3. Miguel Castro on the bump. The slider hit to Bregman. He goes to second for 1, on to first for 2. Sets us up potentially a big inning here. Try to take the lead. Cole Reagans looks like he's going back out there. He's grabbing his glove, but they will opt for Chris Bubich, the closer for them, who's saved most of his games. And then Bregman working on Ofer. He'll beat the sinker into the dirt, and that will do it. So a pretty abysmal showing from the Red Sox offense. Ground out will do it. And the Royals pick up game 3 of the series, pick up a game against us in the wild card standings, and also win this series. Mixed bag type of episode here so far. We've seen some good. We've seen some not so good. We've lost more than we've won, it looks like. And yeah, that walk-off grand slam really put us into a little bit of a spiral. So yeah, Justin Slayton, I think this is all your fault. Also, Crochet, another loss against the Ace. Not really his fault, but it is what it is. Next up on our schedule, we are in Yankee Stadium as an AL East matchup. We will be following the series of Roman Anthony taking on the Yankees. When he gets his first at-bat against Max Fried in the second, already up 4-0. This is a quick 2-game series, so we'll show both games of this series. And again, the Yankees are someone that's just above us, a bit above us, so someone we're chasing. It's them in Texas that have firmly been above us in the wild card standings. It was mostly trying to stave off the Guardians, the Royals, those teams in that area. But picking up games against the Yankees, never a bad thing. Giancarlo Stanton hit one of the short porch, but Roman Anthony put on the cape. Goes up to rob him of potentially a home run, maybe a double, even with Stanton's slowness, as Anthony leaps up at the wall. Might have just brought this one back. Either way, a great defensive play by the 21-year-old here. So incredible. 0-2 count, misses on the fastball here. Anthony, not the greatest of game ones, at least. 3 straight strikeouts after that punch out there in the top of the 8th, but with a 9-1 lead, 11-2 lead. I lied. This is the 3rd straight punch out. We do pick up the first game of the series against the Yankees, and we add an extra run in the 9th. It's 12-2. Brock Burke does the job, and we win game 1. Again, are the Yankees attainable? I mean, we're only separated by 3 games. We still have a good month and a half left to play. Not really the focus. It's more, again, keeping the teams like the Royals and the Guardians and the Tigers and those guys at bay. It was really the big focal point of this episode, seeing if we can maintain that standing in the wild card. But I'll take jumping up. Anthony times up the heel fastball, but just didn't get good contact on it. Pops it out into the outfield. Does take ball 4 on Luis Gil as a fastball well outside. And then a 3-1 count against Gil again. His 86th pitch incoming, in that almost he wanted to pull the trigger, but thinks better of it. Anthony then finally gets his first hit of the player lock and dumps it into the gap, and that will be a stand-up double for the future superstar of the Boston Red Sox, his 19th. And really starting to feel, you see his average all the way up to 240 now. A guy who struggled in his first cup of coffee in the major leagues, and really since the All-Star break has turned it around a bit, has been hot for most of the series. You'll see right there in the wild card standings, right on the bottom of the screen there, we were up a game over Cleveland and Kansas City. 9th inning, Aaron Judge comes up to the plate. And when you're playing outfield and player lock, you know this could happen. An absolute shot where you don't even have to move. And Judge picks up a run for the Yankees. And Slayton again on the bump for it. Gives a single, but then does get Austin Wells to ground out, and that will do it. So we do sweep the Yankees' little 2-game set. I'll take it. Really good vibes here for the Boston Red Sox. Can those good vibes keep going? We move on and sweep the Yankees here and climb further in the wild card standings. Here's a little moment against the Orioles. We talked about Justin Slayton just not having his stuff. Maybe he's just a little too overworked at this point of the year. I don't really want to switch closers at this point. I feel like we're trying to trust our guy. Leclerc hasn't been crazy great. Kopech was awesome. Had that injury, I believe, is back. So maybe him, but his ratings I don't trust incredibly. But you got to go with what the results are. And Justin Slayton has not gotten the results, and still out there, still struggling. And the 18th pitch of the day is a strikeout on Gunnar Henderson. The first out of the inning, and double play ball would be super great here. It doesn't quite get that, but Kobe Mayo slicing down the foul line in right field. Alex Call is there to answer the call, and he will lead us off in the 9th. But what should have been a big win against a division opponent and a really good baseball team ends up being a tie game in the 9th inning. Jaron Duran, he gets on, and watch out for him to steal second base eventually, as he has been known to do. And there he goes. Brendan Donovan does swing and miss, but Duran in there at second base. Now just one base hit for Bregman, and that's ball game. Devers. Can he do it? They're not going to give him the chance. Devers walks away to first base. Now puts the spotlight on one Tristan Casas, and a 1-0 count on from Ronzi Contreras. And that's down the middle, timed up well, just got under it. And unfortunately, Casas, he is going to pop up, and that will do it for the inning. So nothing comes of Duran singled and stolen base. Slayton puts us in a bad position, but Kopech comes out, fires a fastball, 101, and Rutschman, he walks. But battling back is Kopech, finds 2 outs, and then Casas gets the Nicky Lopez ground out, and we are still alive. This feels like a game where if you don't score here, we're losing. If we don't score here in the 10th, Baltimore's going to get like 6 in the 11th. 3-2 count. Christian Campbell gets a pitch to destroy, hits it well, right field, but plenty of room out there to make the grab is Heston Kjerstad, who I believe is playing right field. And my feelings aren't great. We have to bring in Cutter Crawford. We've used most of the bullpen. We pinch ran for Casas, so we have to bring in Blake Sabol to come in there and play first base. And the first pitch Cutter Crawford throws is off of the monster. Campbell is there, and that misplays it. Duran just playing with himself out there in center field, and it's 7-6. Baltimore now leads. Credit to Cutter Crawford, got a couple strikeouts, including this one against Kobe Mayo to end the inning. But still, we find ourselves down yet again against a formidable foe where we should have kind of closed things out. Felix Bautista, been human since coming back from Tommy John surgery, but still is nasty. You see Waylay on the fastball, and then he drops a slider on me because he's fucking mean. So, Roman Anthony, strikeout number 1. Jarren Duran, you, sir, strikeout number 2 on a filthy splitter. Those splitters in this game are crazy good. And then it brings up Alex Bregman. I lied. Brendan Donovan. Can you be the hero, sir? Lifts it. Opposite field. Good wood on it, but tracked down in left field. And we lose to the Baltimore Orioles. So, I don't know. Mixed bag. Are we really jumping the way we're supposed to be jumping? We'll find out at the end of the episode what all of this means and all these games that we're not seeing and the games we are seeing. 67 and 62. So we started this episode 2 games over 500. Now we are 5 games over 500. Baltimore trying to earn the sweep against us here. Again, Baltimore. I think our season really switched when we had that sweep in Baltimore earlier on, like May or something. But now they are trying to return the favor in a 4-game series here in Fenway. And we are going to be using Brendan Donovan in this one. First really true taste of Brendan Donovan since the trade. And he's been awesome. 290 hitter, was really on the bench with St. Louis, is now going to be playing every day for us in this lineup and has been. We've had him kind of middle of the lineup around 6th or 7th or so. And he has a single the other way to begin his day in game number 4 of this series. And against Kyle Bradish, he sneaks this one by the diving first baseman. No advancement from the runner at third. I believe that being Devers with 40 speed. And now on the corners, 2 outs. Can one of our youngins bring anyone home? It is 1-0 when we pick things back up in the bottom of the 6th inning. And the one thing about Donovan, high clutch rating, but can't quite get it over the head of Mayo or Westberg, whoever's playing third base there. Then, on the fastball from Yennier Cano, weird arm angle, jams him. And can we win this one 1-0? I would like us to win this game 1-0. And in the 9th, we have a fielding moment here and time it up beautifully. Donovan diving in the hole, able to make the play on his feet over to first base. And what a way to put a cap on a 1-0 victory. Able to make a web gem of a play, win this one, salvage the series. I lied. Well, I mean, not get swept, especially in a pivotal time where vibes are at an all-time need. Getting swept, not good for vibes. Making plays like that, very good for vibes. and we hold on to the vibes. The Orioles still win the series. Slayton does get his 38th save. Was good there. But, again, not a great weekend against the Baltimore Orioles, to say the least. Now let's switch gears over to a series against Minnesota, another team kind of in that AL Central clump that's around us. And after that game against Baltimore, we went on a nice little streak, and we have bumped our record up to 73 wins. And we are tied with Minnesota here as we're looking over some of these storylines and looking for, I believe, a 4-game sweep of Minnesota. It's been a real nice time up here in the Great Lakes state. And yeah, 8-3, 5-4, 5-1. And again, I've been to Target Field, the only other ballpark I've been to in Fenway Park. Beautiful ballpark. Beautiful ballpark. If you're in the Minnesota area or ever have a chance to go see a game in Minnesota, I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. And what better way to cap off our player lock month than with Rafael Devers? I feel like every time we really need a win, really need a good performance, we just hit the Devers button, who is just nasty in this game. He starts things off with a home run, and we needed that. Absolute laser beam out to right field, right down the line, and puts us on top. It's 3-1 in the third. He chops it up the middle, over to shortstop, and then over to first for the double play. So home run, double play. I guess that's the Devers former Red Sox, Jalen Beeks. Thought you timed up the circle change a little bit ahead of it. Bash it into the ground. Josh Naylor is there to make the play. Pick things up in the seventh. We've added some more runs. Can't squeak it by Naylor this time, but we do have a 6-1 cushion. We're looking for the sweep, looking for the 4-game sweep, and again, with what our record was, it would be real nice to go into September well over 500. And it looks like that's exactly what we'll do. A nice little pose. Month was kind to us, even though on screen it wasn't a real big push towards the end, and we'll probably go into this next. But a big win for Jordan Montgomery and the Sox. We pick up a 4-game sweep against the Minnesota Twins. So we finish off the month of August, and ladies and gentlemen, I think we passed the test. Started off with a series win against Seattle. We played this game. We followed Tristan Casas around these 2 games. We won the series against Texas. Needed that. We did lose the series against Kansas City, and then it started to get in a little scary. Then we sweep Pittsburgh, sweep the Yankees in this 2-game set. Did almost get swept by Baltimore, but then pulled it off at the end. We did almost sweep the Phillies until a barn burner on this Wednesday, and then we went around and we swept the Minnesota Twins. Now, job not done. We still have another big series against the Rangers. Tampa Bay we need to win these games. Like, these games are the ones we have to win for sure. I'm all right splitting, maybe taking 1 for 2, but we need to win this series. We need to win this series. This should be 3 easy series wins, where let's say we just win the series. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 wins right there minimum against these teams. Because then we get the Baltimores, and the Clevelands, and the Kansas Cities, and the Minnesotas that we might split against. So, let's just kind of check out where we are standings-wise. Right now, we are still staring behind the Orioles. They actually faltered a little bit before kicking things back up towards the end there. But 29-14 in division is what helped them kind of regain this ground or reestablish their lead against us and the Yankees. In the wild card race, we're a decent cushion in front of Cleveland, so that's going to be an important series. The Royals coming up, an important series. We don't play the Yankees again this year, and then we have a 3-game set with Texas coming up. So if that series goes really well, that could be very important for us. That is going to do it. I guess, you know what? Let's do this. Let's do this little awards recap. If today ended the season, Judge in the running. Let's just see if anyone's in the running. Garrett Crochet, we kind of hyped this matchup up as potential Cy Young Award race, and it's really as right now, the 1 and the 2 in Cy Young, which is awesome to see. And then friend Nate Eovaldi. Let's see, anybody else? Marcelo Meyer. He's trying to win Rookie of the Year, and still Antonio Cedeno looks like he might 114 innings out of the bullpen. So if Meyer can kick it up, hasn't done well these last 10 games, but if he can kick things up, hopefully he can win Rookie of the Year, and that helps us with that prospect incentive when we get a nice little draft pick next year. So really hoping for Marcelo Meyer, Rookie of the Year push. Anybody else doing big things for us? Looks like Jarren Duran, 3rd in Gold Glove Award in left field. Devers right behind Giancarlo Stanton in terms of the Silver Slugger. And I think that's going to be it for right now. So, again, huge month. This game against Texas, this first, 10 games right here. 9 games. Going to be real big. Real big for us. 2 out of 3 against Texas, 2 out of 3 against Cleveland, just take 2 out of 3. Just take 2 out of 3. I think we're in good shape. We will see you next time for a very important September coming on up. We will see you with some more Red Sox franchise here shortly.